Hi friends, welcome back to your practice. Welcome back to your 7-day nervous system reset challenge. Today's practice is all about soothing with breath work. This is a really restorative, super gentle and calming practice with a few of my favorite different practices. So from a prop perspective, you are going to need a wall, or you could use the back of a couch or a chair. We will be doing a legs up the wall, so that's why we need the wall. You can always also just use a chair or a couch. You could always bend your knees. And so I will explain all of that to you later, but you will need a wall. And then it is optional if you want to have a strap nearby. I can show you how to use that in the legs up the wall for a little bit more support. And then it can also be nice to have a blanket or two nearby to soften the surface while we're in our legs up the wall or during our seated practice. So if you don't have your props, you want to go grab some, you can go grab that. You don't need any kind of fancy blankets or anything like that. And then as you're ready, we're going to meet in a seated posture. I do like to personally sit on the edge of my blanket here, just to bring a little bit of a lift to my hips, and then hands are going to rest down on your knees. Spine becomes nice and tall. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Another big inhale breath. Exhale, release. One more like that. And return to a natural and effortless breath. Feel the heaviness of your sit bones beneath you. Feel the crown of your head pulling up towards the sky. Inviting yourself to truly come into presence, into this practice, into this space that you're in. We're going to take our right hand, and the thumb is going to come to the right side of the nose, and then the ring and pinky finger are going to come to the left side. You can then take your pointer and middle and either fold them in towards the palm of your hand, or I actually like to bring them to the space between my eyebrows, that third eye center, and really just kind of anchor them in there. You're going to take that thumb and gently close off the right nostril and inhale through the left. Close the left, open the right, and exhale. Inhale through the right. Close the right, open the left, and exhale left. We're going to keep moving like that. Inhale left. Switch out the hands. Exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale on the right. Switch and exhale left. Keep moving on your own like this. And if you find this difficult for you today, that's okay. You can release that right hand down And you can just visually imagine the breath coming in through the left and then exhaling the right, and then visually inhale through the right and exhale the left. So you could just take that visual component to it. You'll still get some really nice benefits from that practice. Next time you exhale on the left, just pause there. Release that right hand. Breathe naturally, effortlessly. And maybe just notice any shifts in your energy. We are going to start to transition to our legs up the wall. So if you are going to try the strap, if you happen to have one, just start by making a loop with that strap. And it can just be a super loose loop for right now. We'll tighten it up once we get our legs up the wall, but it's sometimes nice to at least have it started. And then I'm going to take my blanket and just slide it all the way up against the wall. And the easiest way that I find to get into a legs up the wall is just to sit as close to the wall as I can get, come onto one forearm. For me, it's my left. And then continue to kind of scoot my sit bones in towards that wall. Come even further down onto the ground and then start to kick the legs up. You might find that there's slightly different ways that are easier for you to get there. And again, if you are using a chair or a couch, if you have the ability to use the back of it, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. You're just then going to bring a bend to your knees. So your knees will be at a 90-degree angle and your shins will rest on that chair or the couch. And then legs otherwise can be straight up towards the ceiling. If you're going to try that strap on, you're going to hug the knees into your chest for a second so you could get the strap around your legs. We're going to bring it so that it is below the knees and it's around the thighs. And then you can start to tighten that strap. And you can tighten it here as much as is comfortable for you, but we are looking for a little bit of restraint. And what this can do is help kind of take a little bit more of the work out of this legs up the wall, and it will help hold you here. So once you kind of find your way there, and sometimes you might even notice that you have to scoot yourself a little bit further in. You could always have your blanket or have a little pillow underneath your head too if you want to soften the surface more. Arms can come out to the side here or anywhere that is comfortable for you. And we're going to hang here for a few minutes. And if at any point this gets too tiring, you need to move out of it, you can just make your way to Shavasana. That will be next for all of us anyway. So if at any point this isn't working for you, just make your way to your Shavasana a little bit earlier, and that is just fine. Take any cleansing breaths that might be supportive or calling to you here. See if you can find a way to be fully supported by your props, by any blankets or pillows, by any straps, by the chair or couch or wall. By this natural and effortless breath. Inviting our nervous system to slow down. Inviting the body into a place of ease. If you have to make any adjustments, allow yourself to do so. But otherwise, if it's just hard to settle, hard to be still, and you try to settle in a little bit deeper. You try to remind your mind, our little monkey mind, that you're safe here. This is temporary. That you are fully supported physically, energetically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually in this moment. There is nowhere else that you need to be right now, but right here for this time that you have set aside for yourself. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Start to bend your knees, bringing them into your chest as you slide that strap off, if you had used it, and then set it off to the side. Roll on to one side, finding a fetal position for a moment. And then try to just press yourself up just enough to make your way to a Shavasana-like shape. So trying not to move too much here. You could take your blanket and use it as a pillow. Or I sometimes like to take my blanket and just place it right over my hips. And even just that gentle weight of the blanket on the hips can feel really grounding and comforting for me. So that's what I'm going to choose to do here. So I invite you to take what you need. But then can you just be in stillness for our next few moments together? A big inhale breath. Exhale, let it go. Wiggle fingers and toes. Roll around the wrists and the ankles. Maybe take a big good morning stretch, reaching fingertips to toes. Pull over onto your favorite side, moving any props out of your way. And pause in this fetal posture for a few moments. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Nice and slowly start to press yourself up to your seated position. Just noticing the steadiness within the body. Steadiness of the mind. Inhale, sweep your arms out nice and wide, palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Peace. I love that practice so much. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this practice today too. This was the soothing practice that my personal nervous system needed today. And I hope that it gave you just the soothing comfort that you needed as well. So thank you so much for joining me. Obviously, if you're not already subscribed, please take a moment to do so. It helps more people find free yoga practices like this. It ensures that you stay committed to this 7-day nervous system reset challenge, and make sure you grab my free daily practice calendar as well. I will see you back on your mats tomorrow of your nervous system reset